Sleep. Introduction. Who doesn't like to curl up between soft sheets and slowly drift off into a sound sleep? Getting a good night's sleep is how we rest after a busy day at school, work, or play. People are most other animals need sleep to function well. Like food and water, sleep is necessary to keep minds sharp and bodies ready to go. What is sleep? Falling asleep happens naturally and at regular times. It's also easy to stop sleeping. A loud noise is often all that is needed to wake up a sleeping person. So what is sleep? And what makes us fall asleep? People have struggled for centuries to answer these questions. An ancient Greek thinker believed that sleep was a quiet time of rest brought by eating. That idea is not as strange as it sounds. Most people are ready for a nap after enjoying a big meal. A better understanding of sleeping came about in the early 20th century. Studies show that brain doesn't really shut down when people snooze. Instead, brain activity changes as wakefulness shifts to sleep. The idea that the brain remains somewhat active during the sleep was not new. This discovery led to more sleep researches. Doctors wanted to know just what caused changes in brain waves. They learned that a substance called adenosine affects the brain and triggers sleep. The body produces adenosine naturally as it uses energy. During the day, more and more of this substance travels to the brain. There, it acts too slow down many body processes that are active when we are awake. The need for these. If our brain doesn't shut down while we snooze, what does it do? The answer, it helps us learn by shuffling memories. The brain first stores much of what we learned in what is called short-term memory. Short-term memory is a good place to put information for a little while. It isn't big enough or strong enough to hold everything you learn forever. The brain must move the information from short-term memory to long-term memory. This shuffle happens while we sleep. Doing this makes it easier to remember and use what we've learned. Falling asleep does not just involve a change in brain activity. The body processes change as well. When we are awake, we use energy. Body cells are broken down. When we are asleep, the body shifts to a different kind of activity. During sleep, new cells are built up. This process restores body tissues and helps them grow. For this reason, sleep is important to athletes. During training, they constantly break down cells and tissues. They need enough rest to restore those tissues and make them stronger. This is also the reason that new babies sleep too much. Most infants double their birth weights in 5 months. That rate of growth can only happen if there is more building up activity than breaking down activity. We also need sleep to help our bodies fight illness and heal wounds. It strengthens the body immune system, the cells and tissues that work to fight infection. During sleep, the body focuses on healing instead of using energy on other activities. Studies show that during sleep, the body produces more of the special blood cells that fight illness. That's why doctors recommend bed rest for the sick patients. Sleep patterns. Not all kinds of sleep are the same. Sleep goes through cycles. To understand how sleep works, researchers monitor brain activity, eye movement, breathing rates, and heart rates of sleeping people. They put all these measurements into a single graph. The graph shows a pattern of different stages of sleep. There are two types of sleep: rapid eye movement REM sleep and non-rapid eye movement non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep has three different stages. During the first stage, people feel drowsy and start to doze. They may stretch and suddenly jerk awake, imagining they are falling. This stage doesn't last more than 10 minutes. During stage 2 NERM, muscles don't move much. The sleeper becomes less aware of the outside world. This is when the memories start to shift. Half or more than half of all the sleep time is spent on stage 2 NERM sleep. During stage 3, sleepers begin to dream. In the brain, newly learned information is organized. Lasting memories are formed. Breathing rate, heart rate, and blood pressure, the brain temperature are the lowest during this stage. It is usually very hard to wake someone from this deep sleep. This stage lasts near a quarter of the sleep. REM sleep is quite different from the other stages of sleep. During REM sleep, closed eyes move rapidly from side to side. It's as if the sleeper is watching a ping pong match. Brain activity, breathing, and heart rate are almost at the walking levels. Instead of resting, the brain is speeding along, yet the sleeper's body is completely still. Muscles are frozen in place during this state. Perhaps that is because of the wild dreams that take place during REM sleep. Getting a good night's rest. Getting many things should happen when our tired head hits a pillow. When they don't, things can go wrong for us during the day. A lack of sleep can make us cranky and cause us to make more mistakes when working. We also have a hard time solving problems. Our brain doesn't struggle alone. Studies show that the body has a harder time keeping the steady temperature without enough sleep. Wounds take longer to heal. Good habits are very important. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. This helps keep your body on schedule. It also helps if you limit your screen time. Try not to watch television or use computer, tablet, or smartphone just before bed. Don't exercise right before going to bed. Going for a walk is fine, but anything more could make it hard to fall asleep. If you do have trouble falling asleep, try taking a warm bath or shower. Either one will relax your muscles. Good sleep habits keep the body healthy and the mind sharp. Remember, if you don't snooze, you just might lose.